I just read this article last week about Switzerland. Listen to this title. It's a Bloomberg article. Swiss left helpless in currency wars as franc keeps surging. They're helpless. They're helpless because of the falling franc. And if you read through the article, the article mentions how consumer prices are declining in Switzerland and how this is a problem. Here's what the article writes, or the states. Any turnaround in the franc is unlikely to come soon enough to cure Switzerland's falling prices. Cure, as if lower consumer prices are a disease that needs a cure. And they're upset because the citizens are not going to get relief from this disease. Here, the article reads, the Swiss National Bank expects consumer prices to drop 1.1% this year and only start rising again in 2017. So in other words, the poor Swiss citizens are going to have to suffer until 2017 because between now and then, prices are going to get a little cheaper and they're going to have to wait until 2017 to get the relief that they're praying for. You know, they can't wait for prices to start going up, right? They're looking forward to 2017. They'll finally get relief. I mean, right now they must be in agony, right? When they go to the store and they want to buy something and they find that the price is slightly less than it was the last time they bought it. I mean, they must be in agony. I mean, I don't know how they survive. They're just dying. They're waiting for this cure. They're just, God, we need a cure for this. What can we do? I need prices to go up. I got to make sure that if I buy something, it costs me more. I mean, this is the nonsense. I mean, is it possible that anybody actually believes this? You know, the article was written in response to the Swiss deciding to expose more of their accounts to negative interest rates. And the idea is to try to create more inflation. Meanwhile, I already talked about how inflation is now picking up substantially in countries like Canada and Australia. And by the way, those currencies have turned around now because I think people realize that rate cuts are off the table now. The only question is, when are those central banks going to have to start raising interest rates because they're going to have too much of a good thing? But the idea that falling consumer prices are a problem that needs a government cure. Everybody knows that when prices go down, you buy more. People don't have an unlimited amount of money. They have to work within their means. They have a paycheck, they have a certain amount of savings, and as prices go up, they can buy less, right? If prices go down, they can buy more. So you've got these articles, again, that keep coming out where they warn about how dangerous it is if the cost of living goes down, how terrible it is for an economy if the people that live there can buy the things that they need for less money. But anybody can tell you, any consumer, anybody who has any basic knowledge of supply and demand, that's the problem too. When you've got all these economists who are saying this nonsense, when the most important law of economics is the law of supply and demand, and the demand curve is downward sloping because according to the demand curve, the higher the price, the lower the demand, and the lower the price, the higher the demand. So if consumer prices go up, people will buy less. If prices go down, people will buy more. Yet they're saying that lower prices are a problem because it's going to cause consumers not to spend, when it's the exact opposite. Lower prices will cause consumers to spend more. When prices go down, demand goes up, and so people will buy more stuff because they can afford to buy more stuff. When you increase prices, people can afford to buy less stuff. I mean, it's so simple that only an economist wouldn't be able to understand it.